guess sometimes life just gets real crazy, and it seems like we all get a little jaded, so maybe it's time to pack a bag.
Good morning from the Texas Hill Country. I'm staying on the land where my mom is staying today, and for the next few days I came to hang out with her and my sister. Picking up from what I said in the last video, my mom has now officially sold her house in Austin. The contract went through, so she is out of there and she's living in a trailer.
It's not a trailer, it's an RV.
That she renovated on her friend's property. Trees in the driveway are too low for Lilu to get through, so I park at the end of the driveway. This is my little spot. And then I walk up in the morning. Like I said, it's very rural. My mom actually raised me in a commune here in Texas. So that was 180 acres of forest with a handful of families on it. So we're pretty used to the rural situation, the rural living. For me, actually, when we moved to the city, that was the weird part. I was very used to living in the country and having full range of whatever I wanted to do. So it's kind of nice that my mom's back out into the woods. I like it. What is different though is the living in a trailer. Whenever we were in the country, we had a house and a cabin. So the trailer is new and my mom agreed to give us a little tour. So let's go see her. Oh, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is it coffee time?
Feed me coffee.
You want a bagel too?
Yeah, please.
My eyes today, only my lips. Fine. God. Is it filming?
Yeah, it is. And I'm using all of it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
am. God, Maya. Can I cake pen while we do this?
Oh my God, Mom.
What? It's legal. I got a pile over here. I guess I shouldn't be vaping. When I'm being interviewed, I get all twitchy. Okay, go ahead.
So, I'm here with my mom today in my mom's beautiful trailer.
It's not a trailer, it's an RV.
Oh, it's an RV.
Get it right. We started the process of moving over here. This was the second RV. We got the first RV, which I had dubbed Big Bertha, and then after working on it for 3 days, it became the Moldsmobile, and I promptly divested myself of that one and found this one. I had to rehab this because it wasn't finished. It had a lot of custom stuff, but some stuff was not. The flooring was not in. Wood trim was not finished out. Stuff wasn't caulked. It was also a color that was really cool in theory, but not a color that I could live inside, which was that bright blue, like that, between a baby blue and bright blue.
Oh, what my van is.
No, but yours is like more aqua. This was like blue.
Okay.
And I loved it when it was empty, but when my stuff started going in, I was like, oh,
nothing matches.
Right. You're
Clearly
blue.
She has a color scheme.
Right. You got that Yamaya vibe with the blue and the white and more calming and soothing. And while I love those colors, I find it disturbing. So it took a couple of months to complete all of the cosmetic stuff, but there was also structural stuff. So like the AC didn't work, and same with the propane. When we tried to use the stove wouldn't light, and the whole RV filled up with the stench of rotten eggs, and I freaked out. We do still have tanks, but I am hard connected to a pipe directly to the septic. So I'm the one that had to dig that trench. It's like a 25-foot trench with a pickaxe through the caliche and the clay. Chris was the savior with all of that. Finally, when I had all systems go, then I began to seriously work on the house in Austin. And so we were just here part-time. When we were getting to the end of having the house ready and it was time, we moved in here full-time. Yeah, I think January, February. The house went on the market in the middle of March. It's gone now. And we are here full-time. I know, but now comes the exciting part. Now begin the trips and travel to Tennessee to search out the new farm. And in the meantime, this is home base until Witchy graduates from high school. You're old.
I know. RV.
Let's look at my operating system.
So my mom has always been pretty into homesteading and making homemade stuff, but man, did she get into it before the pandemic and through. So she's gonna show us around her kitchen.
Okay, so this is my kitchen. It's pretty cool for an RV. The previous owners had already put in some custom cabinets. I pulled the RV latches off of these though because I was tired of doing this every time. Since propane systems were not functional and we were using little bottles of butane propane mix, you know, ultralight camping pack stoves for cooking, which if you've ever used one, you know they're not made for holding big pots of soup on. So you'd walk through the RV and the whole pot of soup would be like, whoa. This RV had a microwave in it. So we actually use that now, which is really bizarre, but since I have to fill propane tanks and lug them into town and lug them back, it's useful that basically the systems that we have, our electric kettle, the toaster oven is my friend, the brand new dehydrator, which has a place here. I got my fancy coffee maker, which again, I always made the Cuban coffee in a pressure percolating pot on the stove, but someone gave me this and I was like, that's a lot of work for a shot of coffee. I'll just keep using my old school one, but in here it's perfect because again, I'm not using, for the day-to-day stuff, I'm not using gas, but I do still have an oven, which I learned. You can tell I'm Hispanic because all my pots and pans are in the oven. The secret in an RV, when you're baking, is to put a pan or a cast iron skillet here. By putting that there, the cast iron diffuses the heat. We don't get a burn down the middle of your loaf of bread or your pizza, and it gives a more even heat, and now things cook properly. I would not have survived in here if I wouldn't have learned that trick. So I've got a 3-burner stove. I ripped off the lid. There's a black metal hinged lid that goes on top of this, and I hated it. It's popped off and it has rubber feet, so I move it over here, and it's my mega chopping board when it's time, because we cut a lot of vegetables. I tell you what, I miss having more counters, but I'm a little person, and it's kind of cool to be able to just stand, literally cook, sink, dishes, you know, stove. Like, I can do dishes and cook at the same time because I can reach. So I kind of like it, you know. I do curse when I have to dig pots and pans out of the cabinets. I put in this pegboard and painted it black because there was already pegboard in the bathroom area, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can put a lot of stuff there. So I cut some boards and spray painted these and I bought like a big mixed kit of all the different hooks and assemblages, and it's pretty cool, man. I've got my espresso cups and my copper coffee mugs and herbs and spices, and everything just kind of tucks in. I was really happy to discover that there was just enough space behind the stove. Don't film the stove though, oh my god, it's not clean. Oh my god, I gotta This is my other little hack. So this is garbage and recycling. Got almost a full-size fridge and freezer. Oh, and I put in my super cool farmhouse light. So, you know, you gotta have some nice crystal stemware when you live in an RV so that you can still feel like a fancy person. And I use these when I drink my homebrew, because like Yaya said, I'm a dork. So
I didn't say you're a dork.
I got, you know, some lentil sprouts. I just started some mustard seeds to sprout, and this is a passion flower hard soda that I will bottle in a few more days, and it will look like this. I reuse the bottles and then cap them in. This is a chai soda. You know what's cool is I was sure that in a tiny little RV, like, how am I going to be able to keep doing all the things that I like to do and wanted to do? But, you know, it's doable. I love these jar lids. I can always squeeze a gallon of brew. There is room and there's a place, and I'm really freaking thrilled with this little dehydrator. The fact that I can be in an RV. Okay, I'm done in the kitchen. Put a record on the record player. You know, oh, are you filming right now? Oh my god. There's not a lot of like open storage space here. It becomes a catch-all. Like, here's the printer, and the printer is topped by a box of seeds, followed by my music tablature for all the bands that I play with, and my garden notebook on top. And here you see a flute gourd seeds, and then a super cool woven basket filled with electronic pieces. I mean, it's just like the catch-all, right? Yeah, we got cassette tapes, we got records, we got a cassette tape player, because, you know, I'm old school like that, and thanks, Pop. And then I put a little spring tension rod in the bookcase to hide all of the office supplies, electrical cables, sewing box. Like, you don't realize how many things. I need to have these things. Gotta have a sewing box. Books are the one thing that is just impossible for me. I can't bear to let go of them. Okay, now this is groovy because this was a bunk bed that Mama B gave to us. And it's beautifully made and constructed, and it's super heavy wood. I put this heavy bed. It's a twin bed. But you had left these pallets of 4-inch foam that came out of your van build, but I put new covers on them. I left one full size. I took the other one and cut it in half to make the lower cushion and the side cushions. And then I did custom removable covers on them. And so at night, all these come off, and this is my bed. And I wanted to utilize the space underneath, and I wanted to do something easy that wasn't going to be very expensive. So this is what I figured out, is I bought a wooden trundle kit. And these were drawers that I had, that I picked these up on the side of the road and was going to use them for chicken boxes. And instead, I spray painted them and put them in here. And it keeps my clothes organized. I have a sewing machine under there. And I kind of like how it looks. But it's not the easiest system. There's always a way to improve, but it's functional. It'll do for now. I don't want to show you all of my smalls. Because my smalls are all here, so we're going to open this way. This was the entertainment system. You know, you would have clearly had a big box TV in there. Here I used one of these shoe organizers, and I used that for socks and bathing suits and things. Oh, you ready? So for entertainment, then I bought this little projector. A projector with a Roku connected and a little bitty speaker. And then I went to Joann's Fabrics and I bought vinyl upholstery and just stapled it to a dowel that I had and put some screws and hooks. I mean, this is super analog, but at night we can watch big screen.
What was that?
I said you're gonna die today. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice.
No, but I love it. I do love that view. That was the difference too with the first RV. The first morning I woke up in that RV, I was like, I will never live. I cannot live in here. There were like teeny tiny little windows. It was super dark inside. And when I saw the listing for this one, and when I walked around the side of the RV, when I came to look at it, I was like, oh my God, it has a 6-foot picture window. Oh my God, I'll take it. Because that is a big game changer, to have that big window, and or to be able to lay here and look out the other windows, to see out the window when I'm at the kitchen sink. You know, those are the things that make the difference with how you can tolerate being in a small space. It doesn't feel so small when you can see outside. The trade-off is it lets heat and cold. You should talk in your mama again. Is that what you're doing, Maya Anael del Mazo? Maya Anael del Mazo. Vamos a tener un problema.
No, Mom.
You show the people your sister's room, okay?
Mom.
Está bueno ya, no comas tanta mierda. Okay, look. Now, this thing has this. Check it out.
Oh, okay, bye.
Hello there. The problem with this is it obstructs airflow, because as long as the weather's nice, we do try to open windows and run fans and open stuff. And even if you're running the central air, if this door is closed, that room gets ice cold and you'll be sweating out here. So we went Caribbean Cuban style and just put up a tension rod with the curtain, because also the toilet and the shower are here. And Witchy's bedroom is on the other side of this curtain. When you close this, then I'm having to, like, you know, this is not practical to use this because then I can't feel free to use the restroom without bothering her. So the curtain gives some visual privacy. got a corner shower, but the doors are clear. So I ordered this roll-on vinyl, which are in there, and then voila! That's your kid sister's room.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so again, you know, these were not my design choices. But, and they'd also put in this pegboard I painted. I also replaced the original mirror that was there with that groovy Starburst mirror that used to belong to. Hello. That was Grandma's. All my spare instruments are under here. So like there's one of my perk bags. We got drumsticks, you know, we got cymbal stands, all up under the bed. One of the coolest things is right here behind this screen. As you can see, this is how we live in RVs. We got our little S-hooks are your friend in an RV. This folding wooden doors that we've used as a screen for all of your life is now the hidey hole for, oh my God, this is gonna be a wreck. I don't even want to show you.
You don't have to.
The washing machine. The portable washing machine is back there, and I don't want to show it because it's ugly because we use milk crates to put the dirty clothes, but sorry, it's a wreck. This is just how it is sometimes. This is all my laundry detergent and OxyClean and cleaning supplies. About once a week is laundry day because I can't just throw it in whenever I feel like it. But what's cool is this machine, I can pick it up and I wheel it over here next to the sink. And it's got a quick connect. And I bring the washing machine over here. I hook it up. This is the water supply. I have it pump out to the shower. And then I have that expanding laundry rack right off of the front steps of the RV. Little tiny house. This is the house. I mean, it's an RV, but at this point, it literally has none of the original RV components other than the shower stall. You know, everything else has been redone.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me on Maya's Misadventures this week. I'm super excited for the stuff that we have coming up in the next few months. A lot of changes around here, lots of exciting projects going on. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, I encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so that you can be part of this journey. Thanks so much, and looking forward to seeing you next time.